Well, good morning. Welcome to Thought for the Day on this Friday morning. Terry was talking yesterday about patience, and it made me think about the broader issue of time. I'm quite aware of time this morning. It's not long before 10 o'clock when I'm supposed to be posting Thought for the Day. We've been rushing around earlier on, got up early to deliver invitations for the memorial service in a week's time. With only 8 days to go, it was important to get them out. Forecast of rain, we wanted to get it done before the rain came. So I've cycled nearly 10 miles, delivered 60 invitations already this morning, and got back. Thought, only a few minutes for thought for the day. So time starts to impinge on our lives quite dramatically, doesn't it? And we were struck also on Tuesday. We've started looking at Luke's Gospel in the Bible reading club on Tuesday night. And as we looked at the first chapter of Luke, as he starts to unwrap the story of the coming of Jesus, I was just struck by quite how often Luke mentions time. He wants to make it clear that Jesus stepped into time as we measure it. He wants to tell us who was governor of Syria at the time, who was what else was going on, and then how long it took, and the third month and the sixth month of the pregnancies, and he really anchors Jesus in time. And the interesting thing I was thinking this morning is that Jesus stepped into time to set us free from it. I mean, he stepped into time. He stepped into a world where time was constrained. He had just those few short years, 3 short years of ministry to gather the disciples, to explain to them what he was about, allow them to get to know him, to proclaim to the crowds the coming of the kingdom of heaven. He only had 3 years, and he only got around by walking. We were struck this morning by how much quicker you can get around on a bike than by walking. And yet Jesus went around by walking. He stepped into time. He allowed himself to be constrained by time. And yet at the same time, he always had time for people, didn't he? There was the time when he was off to heal an important person, a child of an important official, an urgent job. The child was dying, but even on the way, he had time for a lady, a woman with a hemorrhage, who touched him in the crowd. He stopped. He had time for people. Fascinating that he stepped into time, and yet even within time, he showed us a way to live that's not so constrained by time, that has time for people. And he set us free from time in a bigger way than that, didn't he? Because actually, he took us from this limited lifetime where we've got this bucket list of things we want to do before we die, and the time starts to go fast, and we start to go downhill, and everything is constrained. He set us free from that. He set us free from that to start an eternal life, rather than this life being all there is, and we have to jam all that we can into it. Rather, this life is just a preparation, a taste of the eternal life that is to come. And people who know Jesus, people who understand what he's done for us, know that the best is yet to come, and that this life is just a rehearsal. And because of that, there is a sense in which Christians, when we're together, when we're with other people, and when we're together as church, the church is supposed to be a taste of heaven, a taste of that eternal life where time is no longer constrained. And maybe we can give that taste to people most best by simply having the time to listen to them. Jesus had time for that woman to heal her. Can we be people, as people who know Jesus, can we be people who have the time to listen to people, the time not always to be rushing? Yes, we have commitments to meet. Yes, we live in this world that's constrained by time. I had to get up early and do those deliveries this morning. And yet, if we know Jesus, if we know that this life is just a taste, then maybe we can give people a taste of heaven by being people who have the time to listen. Maybe you give that to someone else today. Maybe you too might be blessed by it as well. God bless.